Welcome back to Call Class. My name is Evan Hale, and today we got a very special guest. Joining the show is Derrick Green. He's a 6'10 power forward center coming from Fayetteville, North Carolina, and he's a transfer commit to Coast Carolina University. So I'm just going to talk about your hoops journey. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So we'll start off with your high school stuff because that's about as far back as I can find. You went to Fayetteville Academy. You led your high school in rebounds, blocks, and field goal percentage, and you were top 3 in like every other stat other than assists. And you led your team to North Carolina
Yeah.
Independent.
Well, I actually started at a public school called 71st,
Awesome.
and then I made a transfer my junior year, and then I reclassed. So
Got you.
I've only been at Fayetteville Academy for like 2 years. But
I got
yeah.
you. So yeah, when you were there, you sound like you were a monster, man. Then you led your team to North Carolina Independent 2A basketball championship. I couldn't find the stats from the actual tournaments, but it looked like high school stats.
Mhm.
You put up some good stats. You have any good stat lines when you were running the tournament there?
I believe there was one game when I had 20, 10, and like 9 blocks, something like that.
Heck yeah, that 9 blocks is crazy. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
crazy, man. So you were there. You were there for 2 years. You said you reclassified. Did you go down a year or up a year?
I went down a year because I I tore my ACL, so then I
Uh,
reclassed.
I got
So
you. I
yeah.
got you. Heck yeah. So you play there. You're a monster there, and then while you're there, you also play some club ball for Team Wall, which is obviously run by John Wall. What was that
Yeah.
experience like?
It was it was actually really like fun. Like I enjoyed it. Like I got my spark back because I just enjoyed playing basketball again after I had like the surgeries and stuff, and like that just made me like love basketball again. I was playing with my head coach was the
Yeah,
coach at for Team Wall, so yeah,
his son's
actually
a
fun.
coach at a different team too, right? I saw that when I was doing my research. Is his son a coach at a different high school in that area,
I don't think
or maybe
so.
his son? I thought that was his son coached somewhere else. I don't know. I was looking. I was trying to look at the Team Wall, like
Mhm.
coaches and rosters to see if I recognize any names. You played there with one of your high school teammates too, right?
Yeah, Xavier. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's obviously a different style playing that club ball, the AAU ball. Do you think that helped your
Mhm.
game a lot, especially to get your spark back?
Yeah, because we was able to like play like top recruits and like play against good like exposure. So like it just made me want to
Yeah.
play even harder and just work.
Who's the toughest guy you had to guard out there?
Um, I don't really think there was nobody tough for real.
I,
Cause
I like to hear that, man. I like to hear that.
yeah,
And any names, like name drop anybody who's played out there?
who I played against,
Yeah,
I played Slim. I
gotcha.
played Team CP3.
That's pretty cool. North
Yeah,
Carolina guy, just like John
yeah.
Wall. Did you meet John Wall? Was he out there at some of the games?
I don't think we got to meet him, no, but nah.
I know he's a Raleigh guy.
Yeah.
So you do that the AAU ball, you do the Fayetteville Academy, you have a good run your senior year, and then you commit to Brunswick Community College. I didn't find all your offers, but what made you choose Brunswick? I know their head coach Walter Shaw had been there for 25 years. Like, was that part of the decision, or
It was kind of that decision. Like he told me a lot. Like he told me like if you just come in here and work, you can get better than what you had. Cause like I had Division 1 offers like coming out of high school, but they just didn't like fit me or like their system didn't. It seemed off.
I got you?
So I just went to community college to like bet on myself and like just know I had to go there and work hard. And then when I work hard, then everything's gonna be put in set in stone for me.
Heck yeah,
So
JUCO routes is awesome, especially with the transfer portal. We're gonna get into that here in a minute. And you get to Brunswick, and you're immediately in a problem, man. You're averaging 12 points, 7.5 boards, and you're also getting an assist a game with less than a turnover. And you led the conference in field goal percentage, which is I think super impressive. I found some film, man. You were a monster too. Like you just, I mean, you got in the paint and people got out of the way, especially against smaller defenders. Like, what was your mindset on offense at Brunswick? Were you thinking like attack, or were you more of the guy who read the defense, let's see what they got, and then exploit
it was kind of both. It just depended like I knew I trust my teammates trusted me, and I trusted my teammates. So like,
Heck yeah.
if the double team came, I'll just hit my teammates for a three, and they'll knock it down. We
Yeah,
always
I
had
saw
that.
a couple.
Yeah, we built that trust throughout this year. So like, we started clicking. So yeah,
It was hard to find some tape, but I did find some tape. A lot of times, I mean, you were scaring the defenders because they would come and double you a lot, and you would just dish it down a little back cut. You had
yeah,
a lot of guys look like it would cut into the basket. You guys ran it too in the in Region 10 too, and
yeah.
also you shot 30% from three, and I saw you hit a couple long like long twos.
Mhm.
Has floor spacing been something you've tried to work on, or is it like something if they leave you open, I'm going to do it?
I mean, it's something I worked on, and like my coach always said, like just do like what works now, because
Yeah,
like what works now is you just dominating in the paint. But we know you can shoot, but just do what you want to do. Like do like
yeah.
what you're efficient at. So that's what I did. And then when they
Kill it
let me
inside and
open, I
then leave you
decided,
open. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And you were
knock it
cashing
down.
too. 30%. That's pretty good, especially for a big.
Yeah, yeah,
It's space in the floor is just like a big thing. Like in the especially like the next level too. But it's even moved to the college game.
yeah.
And then I said Region 10, you guys weren't just regular season champs, but you also won the tournament and you got a bid at the JUCO National Championship tournament. You guys were a lower seed and you were eliminated in the first round. But what was that like competing in the postseason hoops in both the Region 10 and in the JUCO National Tournament?
It was an experience, like a lot of people don't like get that opportunity. So just going out there, seeing the competition and just playing against like the best of the best really is like it's an experience. So I
Heck
enjoyed
yeah.
it. I felt like we came up short, but like I feel like if we had a different mindset going in there, like we could have ran it up. So
I think you had
yeah.
the toughest matchup in the first round because they have like the buys. I think for like people who didn't have a buy, you had the toughest team going in. Like you guys were like the lowest seed going in. But I mean, you guys ran it in your Region 10.
Yeah.
Uh, and then you entered the transfer portal. And I was looking up some about you in high school, and I found a quote from a local newspaper in Fayetteville. You were talking about the portal, and you deciding JUCO. You said, "I want to play at a large Division One university one day. In order to do that, I have to prove myself at JUCO and get to that next level. The transfer portal has changed college recruiting for high school students, so scholarship opportunities have been taken." Um, you know, Obviously you did do the portal. What was that like? And was it like a scary thing, or did you feel comfortable in going into that?
I mean, it was kind of scary because you know how like the landscape of like the basketball now is like totally different. So
Yeah,
it's kind of different for JUCO because like you basically in the transfer portal regardless,
yeah,
so they can stay in contact whenever. But
yeah,
it was a little bit scary because like you never know when you're gonna get that call. We can't talk to you no more because they took
yeah.
somebody else that's a transfer from another Division 1. So yeah, I say it was a little scared because of that. But
Yeah, but they can stay in contact with you, which I didn't know that before I did research
yeah,
for this, which is kind of cool. So you were getting contacted pretty regularly, especially I imagine as the season went on, you guys were doing really well in your region.
yeah, yeah, we were. And you kind of went out. You kind of went out a little bit. So can you say what you said again a little bit? Like
Yeah, you got to cut out two there because you were saying that teams can contact you when you're JUCO because it's kind of like you're in the portal the whole time. I didn't know that
mhm.
until researching for this. Were you having teams in contact with you the whole time? Like, did you feel like I'm gonna hit the portal, I'm gonna have offers, and I know that I'm gonna get somewhere?
Yeah, that went. It was like I kind of when I started to realize that was kind of like in December. Like once December hit and I started like picking it up that next year, like that's when I knew it was like, yeah, it's gonna. I'm on the road to something special. So
Heck yeah.
that's when I knew.
Also, so the transfer portal, you talked about it kind of in a negative light at a high school. Do you still feel the same way, or do you think it hurts? Especially, I know it hurts the high school guys, but how do you feel about the portal now, having been in it?
I feel like it's kind of a blessing at the same time, but it could be a curse at the
Yeah,
in the same instance. But like you said, for like high school students, like I feel like it's kind of hard for them because people are like taking like older people, so it's kind of hard for them. They got to be like top 100 in on
yeah,
ESPN rankings in order to get those Division 1 offers they want. And if
yeah.
not, they have to go either Division 2 or JUCO like I did. So,
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. So you chose Coastal Carolina. Obviously, I'm a Coastal guy. I'm very happy about that. You seem like a monster. What made you decide you wanted to move to Conway? Other than the teal color, I noticed that Brunswick and Coastal both rocking the teal, which is kind of cool. Like
Yeah.
what pitch did Coach Gray give to you to get you to put on the purple? I mean, to put on the teal and the bronze.
I mean, I knew how he was as a coach. Like he's a really winning coach. I know him since like he was at Western Carolina, and like the culture and like the vibe, it just felt like home. Like more really family oriented. They really care about the players and like the development and getting them better. And the defensive aspects. When I was in the meetings, I was like, yeah, I like this. So
He cares about defense. I watched him throw a chair one time, like Bobby Knight vibes. Man, he threw a chair. He was so mad they weren't rotating on defense. I was like, man. And I think fun fact about Justin Gray, man, he was on that 03-04 Wake Forest team with
yeah,
Chris Paul. He led that team in scoring with Chris Paul on the roster, and he led him to a Sweet 16. But I think it's pretty cool. Like it's cool. Like that's a Carolina guy. Went to Wake Forest, coached at Western Carolina. You're from North Carolina. That obviously had to be a part of it as well.
hmm yeah, yeah.
So what do you feel you're going to add to Coastal? What's the team going to benefit having you here?
Just the physicality. Like I like being physical. I like getting boards, being a threat on the offense and defensive end, and just somebody that's gonna give like they 100%. Like I'm always bought in. I'm not a selfish person. I'm always bought in, team player, and like
Yeah,
I'll do whatever it takes to win. So,
I mean, you being 6'10", you're a physical guy. Like it was hard at first to find tape of you, both at Fayetteville and at Brunswick. But the tape that I found, dude, you bang inside. You are somebody. You're hustling for rebounds. You set hard screens. You knocked a couple kids over. I was like, they might call that at another level here, but you were laying kids. That was pretty awesome. I'm personally
yeah.
very excited to have you at Coastal. I'm going to do another segment. It's called In the Bonus. We're just going to do some rapid fire questions, hit you real quick, get your thoughts on things, and talk about your game as a whole. So, what's the most points you've ever scored in a game at any level?
I believe it was 30 in an AU game.
Yeah,
32
32. Who's
mm,
your favorite NBA team?
Thunder. Hopefully they
Thunder.
win.
Oh man, that's tough. Who's your favorite
Oh,
player
it was
playing
it was
currently?
it was, my favorite player.
Yeah,
I'll say Shea or AD.
Shay's been cooking, man.
Yeah.
You're talking about that game. When we're recording this, it's going to a game 7, and they did not shoot very well. The Thunder did not shoot very well against the Thunder. I mean, against the Nuggets, and the Nuggets could not miss, man.
I
It,
was hurting. I
does
was
it
hurt.
hurt? Does it hurt having Westbrook cook you guys as a
Yeah,
Thunder fan?
bro, it was terrible. It was so bad. And I'm just sitting here like just in such disbelief. Like, is this really happening right now?
Yeah, dude, it's so funny because I was you watch like Jimmy go to Minnesota and they boo him every time he touches the ball. And the first time that Russ checked in Oklahoma City, like I got chills. I'm getting chills thinking about it. Like it was so cool. Everyone was clapping and standing up. Like it's gotta hurt, but feel weird. Like I'd feel weird about it. Watching a guy that I've been a fan of forever.
Yeah, they
Do
do
you have a
that.
favorite? Yeah, do you have a favorite NBA legend?
Mhm. Tim Duncan.
I like that answer. I like that answer a lot, actually. Who do you model your game after? If you had to pick somebody you model your game after,
It's more like two. I would say like Jokic. No, I just say Jokic and like AD. Jokic and AD.
it's two of the best players in the league. I like that. uh, what music or what artist you listen to when you're warming up? Like get your head right.
It depends. Like sometimes I listen to like a lot of like slow stuff, like so I can just like stay calm. So I listen to like a lot of like Brent, Frank, like people like that. But I switch it
Yeah.
up. I switch up a little country too. So like it don't matter. Just
Will
depend on how
Frank
I'm
ever
feeling.
drop again?
Hopefully,
Hopefully, right?
hopefully.
Okay, and this one.
Gideon dropped too, so he's one of my
Yeah,
favorites too. I really like him too. So
there you go. This one might be the most important one, especially if you're coming to Conway. Can you pronounce the Coastal's mascot? They are the
the
Coastal Carolina what?
Chanticleers,
I'll accept that. I'm more of a Chanticleer, like saying that
Chanticleer, yeah,
Chanticleer. That's definitely.
I hear both. I kind of hear
I do
both.
hear both. I'm born and raised Conway. I've
Hmm.
always said Chanticleer, so that's what I'm going to go with. But Chanticleer, that was really close. Sometimes people butcher it. I heard somebody talking like football transfer one time was talking, and I'm like, you didn't even get close, man. Like, what are you doing? And then if you could tell Coastal fans one thing, what would it be? Like, what do you want to? How would you sell yourself? What do you want them to know about you?
That I'm just like when they see me, like they gonna think like I'm just a chill person. Like I might seem like a mean person, like the way I walk or like the way I look, but like I'm actually a chill guy. Like, and I'm actually uh I just bring a lot of energy to the table. Like good vibes, positivity, and I'm just a fun person to hang around.
Heck yeah,
And
I
I'm
want to give.
also like and
Go ahead.
also like yeah, if y'all ain't know if like I'm able to speak two languages, so I'm able to speak
What's the other
Spanish.
language? Spanish.
Spanish.
Are
I've
you
been doing
fluent?
it. Yeah, I was in the immersion program since I was in kindergarten. So yeah.
That's actually sick, man. That's really cool. Behind the scenes here, if you pick your phone up, we're doing this on over your phone.
Mhm.
Derrick is currently it's 8:15 at night. He's in the gym right now working out. So he took some time out of his workout to come and talk. So he's gonna get going. I'm not gonna keep you too much longer, man. We kind of burned through this. You quick, poignant answers. Some people got to think about this stuff when I've talked to them.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming on the show, man. I'm gonna have this up here in a little bit. Share this with all the Chanticleer, Chanticleer fans. I'm part of a Carolina sports group that makes a lot of stuff, and as a lot of Coastal fans, when you committed, we're very happy. I'm in a group chat, and everyone was like, "We got him, let's go!" Like you had talked about visiting and put you on our radar, and you DM me sent with your commit picture after I talked to you about coming to Coastal, and I'm certainly glad you're here. My PC that I'm recording on is teal. I always rock the teal lights when I record, and it's because of Coastal, and I'm also a Hornets fan, so I get the double dose of the teal, which is kind of nice. But thank you so much for coming on the show, man. You got any closing comments?
uh, chance up.
Heck yeah.